sort of action that we saw between the Nissans on the first lap. Wendlinger's 8th, and then Xavier Martin is in 9th place in the Corvette. Mike Hasemans is in 10th, and Mika Salo is in 11th place. So Salo has also gained plenty of places. Darren Turner's dropped to 12th position now, with Peter Cox in 13th, Alex Margaritis in 14th, Warren Hughes in 15th place in the Nissan, and then the rest of the runners as we continue to ride with second place man Andrea Bertolini. A lot of first gear corners on this track, a lot of technique, a lot of traction required. You're putting 600, 650 horsepower through the rear wheels in first gear, ever so easy to light up those rear tyres. But so a lot of the setup work this weekend has been about getting good traction off these corners, but also some good braking stability as well. Just checking a little further back, Mike Hasemans in the second yellow Corvette. In the other Phoenix car sport entry, he's tucked in behind Xavier Martin, and Hasemans just set fastest lap, and here he goes, he's going for position. The two Corvettes virtually together, front brake discs glowing cherry red in the darkness, and that was a good clean move, Danny.
Yeah, just stuck it down the inside, didn't he? And he wasn't going to fight that one. He could tell he was slightly quicker. What he might do now is just tuck him behind and following through. So there's a slight gap now to the next group, so he might tow him along.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Mika Salo's not far behind that group as well, so we'll keep an eye on that. Another Corvette. We've seen how well the Corvettes are going. As you see, the Corvette that's running best of all is now catching those two leaders. Let's see what the gap is this time. He was 1.8 seconds behind the Maserati. It's down to just 1 second behind the Maserati. He gained a full 8/10 of a second on that lap. That's a massive amount.
It is, and he's bearing down quite quickly, and we've seen how quick that car's been all weekend in all the practice sessions. They've been right at the sharp end of the field, and as they go from turn 3 now, the high-speed right-hander drops downhill, 50-metre elevation downhill at this point, up to 260 kilometres an hour, braking very, very hard, curb hopping, quick change of direction, because look at the Maserati's having a look down the inside, and this is where he wants to have a really good exit onto the back straight. Good traction.
Yeah, absolutely. Look how he's been gaining on them. Looking at those lap times, he really has been gaining hand over fist in the last couple of laps. And Andy Zuber is just on the attack. That's what he knows. Of course, he's a GP2 racer, and in GP2 it is always a flat-out sprint from start to finish of a race. And that's really what this is now with the GT1 World Championship. There's not much time to sit back and think about tactics. You have to go on the attack. That's what he's doing here, and he's caught the leaders, no doubt about it. So Andrea Bertolini, now what does he do? Because he's got to attack for the lead, but he's also got to watch his mirrors.
Well, for him it's a game of cat and mouse, but really and truly in this situation he's got to be looking as the aggressive driver, if you like. And yeah, he needs to put a move if he can on the leader at this point, then he might be able to break away. But yeah, he needs eyes in the back of his head, doesn't he?
Does, because Andy Zuber, looking very composed and confident, had a great pit stop this crew as well, so they'll be feeling pretty good about that. But it is a difficult pit stop, remember. You've got to change all the tyres with those two mechanics, plenty of work for them to do. And we're still only just over 10 minutes into this race. It's a 60-minute race. Pit lane opens after 25 minutes have elapsed, and up to teams to decide whether they stop at 25 minutes or over the following 10 minutes. There's Romain Grosjean, who's been such a star, looking pretty cool and calm and composed before he has his chance to drive the car later on in this race. His car is currently leading it at the moment, and he is looking forward to the fact that he might be able to retain the lead. That will keep a smile on his face, I'm sure. Leaders have come past us again, and once more, the top 3 cars, very little between them. They've opened up a bit of a gap over 4th placed Ricardo Zonta in his number 25 Lamborghini, then number 9, the Makovici, the Aston Martin, running in 5th place, Enrique Bernoldi in his Maserati, he's running in 6th, and then Matteo Bobbi having a good run in the number 34 car. That's good to see, and they had a bit of a tough time earlier on, but no problems now for Matteo Bobbi and Bert Longin in their Triple H Maserati. Now, talking of Maseratis, a little closer again here for Andrea Bertolini, reigning FIA GT champion, shared with Michael Bartels in this car. Coming down the straight, the debris off to the side of the track. That's probably from that earlier contact in that opening lap where we saw one or two cars bashing into each other. A bit of a shame. Doesn't look like any of these guys are quite close enough to one another to have a go at passing. Long braking area there, it really is. They're on the brakes for several seconds in these big heavy GT1 cars to get them slowed down from high speeds. And they continue on round once again. And Thomas Mush doing a fine job in that Ford GT, the Martech car, currently leading, because, well, he's an experienced racer, no doubt about it. He's also operations manager for the Martech team. He's been racing this Ford GT car in GT3 over the last couple of years, so he knows how it handles, he knows how to get the best out of it.